Today is Thirsty Thursday with your Idle Zone Syndicate crew. Gentleman John Stewart. Kiki fell down the stairs. I think. I mean, that's what it sounded like.
I'll be fine.
Your old buddy Dan here. Mr. Crank is attending elementary school Christmas programs this evening. So I'm pulling double duty here, doing all the fancy bells and whistles and whatnot. But we have an interesting guest tonight. Kyle, tell us who we got tonight.
Yeah, just a good friend of mine. He's got a little YouTube and Facebook social media thing going on, and he's also putting on a tournament now and then, and just kind of felt like be a good time to bring Mr. Jess on and just talk with him a little bit and see what maybe he's got planned for this spring and next, or this coming spring next year, and just kind of hang out for a little bit.
Cool. And without further ado,
I mean, you don't want to keep somebody waiting.
Welcome, Jess.
That was quite the intro.
You like that?
Yeah.
I mean, we're pretty polished.
Long time no see. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How about you guys?
Doing all right. Yeah. I kind of like this 70-degree December stuff.
Me too.
Yeah. I was just looking at my face on camera. It looks like I got some sun today. It looks like I've been laying out in the sun.
It does. Well, you got a little bit of sunglass eye there, mister.
I mowed all day today. One
I
last
played
time. Hopefully one last time.
We can't do that in Southeast Kansas. The wind blew like 50 miles an hour today, so.
Oh, it was blowing here.
That's the best time to mow leaves, so you can get all over to your neighbor.
Yeah. Agree.
Jess, we talked the other day. I had the opportunity to fish one of your tournaments last weekend up at Fort Scott, and I want to get into that a little bit. But first things first. You've been doing this social media thing, YouTube, Facebook, stuff like that for a while. Let's talk about it right off the bat.
Yeah. Honestly, a couple years ago, we say a couple years ago, I think it was COVID. It was 2020 when I bought this tracker. We was on our way to Texas, and not to drag this story on, but I've been broadcasting George Sports for 7-8 years, and BJ Harris, the guy that runs Harris Media, he just asked me, he says, "Hey, do you ever put a camera in your boat when you fish?" No. So he set me up with some GoPros and some SD cards, and I went and spent a week in Texas, and we filmed the whole thing, and I come home and all the SD cards were corrupted, and we had like 5 minutes of video, and yeah, it was quite a bad experience when we first got started.
But it's something that you enjoy, obviously, and you've gotten better at. So,
yeah,
what are you using now?
I do everything on an iPad. I mean, I use an iPad as a camera. I use, Apple lets you pay for unlimited cloud storage. So that's where you run into a lot of problems with video. Is video takes up so much space and time, so for, I don't know what it is, it's not a whole lot of money a month. You get unlimited cloud storage, and I'm able to store hours upon hours of video footage. Because one thing else I'll tell you guys, if you want to not catch fish, turn a camera on. And the bite will go away instantly. It's amazing how that works. But the iPad anyway, it's got all the apps on it, so you don't have to go hunt for your videos. And I do all my editing in iMovie. It's pretty simple. That's, it's fairly cheap, and we just always plan on making 30, 45-minute video shows, and I catch 5 fish. So we just cut them out and we have little 10 or 30-second clips. And it seems to catch on. We're getting quite a few views and following, and, doesn't make any money, but it's a lot of fun to do.
So going back a couple years ago, you said whenever you went to Fork and on a fishing trip. So what, kind of walk me through what was the mindset after that trip, and did it kind of go from there just because you just wanted to film yourself catching a bass, or what's your thought process from then on?
Well, it kind of all stems too, Kyle. I think we can all agree, and anybody that's, around our age, who does not want to be a professional fisherman? Who does not want to fish for a living, and Lord knows I'm not good enough to make it on the big tours, nor do I ever have the financing to give it a try. Heck, I lose money every year fishing 10 boat tournaments, So, but I just saw a way, social media is a big tool. The Gerard Sports Live deal, the high school sports and all that. I mean, there is money in advertising. There's money in social media for not only me, for return on investment on anybody that kind of wants to advertise with you and run a few ads and commercials and be your presenting sponsor. And I mean, there's power in numbers, and the more, I hate to say it, the more popular you get, the more people's going to want to watch. And somebody one of these days, might be 10 years from now, come call and say, "Hey, Murph, you want $500? Yes, I do.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
So you've had the opportunity to take some different people fishing. They get a little squeamish whenever they get in the boat and there's an iPad in the back, or
A little bit. I've learned, and timing's everything, and kind of where I want to direct this eat 'em up fishing deal, where I see it going. And I got a chance to go fishing with a 2-time Olympic trap shooter. He had been to the Olympics once. He had re-qualified. I ran into him uptown. He's a local kid, Derek Mine from Walnut. And I just asked him, said, "Hey, you want to go fishing and talk about, trap shooting?" He said, "Sure." And he called me back, basically said, "Hey, I have this day to do it, and then I'm leaving for wherever they went, France, and I said, "Great." So we kind of rushed that whole deal. Like you said, the audio, I have a little interference between my trolling motor and my mics. But long story short is, I've got a bunch of people in the queue that wants to do some fishing videos, but it's just, man, find a good weather day, because it's like, "Hey, you want to go fishing Saturday?" Sure. Wind's blowing 30, it's raining. People that don't fish every day, they don't want to fish in that.
yeah.
But like I said, I've got a couple Major League Baseball scouts, one from the Texas Rangers, one from the San Diego Padres. They both want to come down and go fishing. We're going to talk about, baseball economics, scouting, Major League Baseball. I got a couple ex-Major League players that talk like they want to do it. College coaches, Amanda David at Pitt State, she's for 2 years, we've promised one another we're going to make it happen, and we just finding the time and the day that works, her busy schedule. And I hate to say my busy schedule, because I'm not that busy. You can ask anybody I work with. So, but it's just, that's the hardest part that I have found, Kyle, and is if you want to get into this making content, it's time consuming, man. It takes up a lot of your time.
I think maybe at some point you need to put together a blooper reel too from some of the clips that I've seen.
Well, that's just when I take 4-acre fishing. That's about all bloopers there. So
we was talking about that last weekend. So kind of mentioned it a little bit. Got a chance to fish just a little tournament last weekend, and I had a great time, even though the fish weren't cooperate for me and my partner. But talk about that a little bit. I'll be honest with you. I don't know much about it. But are you planning on having some more tournaments next year? And what? Tell us the ins and outs of that. Maybe some lakes that you plan to go to, and just tell us about that.
So this all kind of stemmed over. There's some local clubs, and I don't know where everybody stands on forward-facing sonar. Whether you're for it, you're against it, you want to limit it. I could care less, but there's some local clubs, and we won't mention any names down south of Crawford County, that they are 100% anti-forward-facing sonar, and they're trying to put lock boxes on everything, and they make you take your graphs off. And I fished with those guys a couple years, and it's fun. They run a good deal. They send a couple teams to the Bassmaster Team Classic. It's not a knock on them, but they do a great job. But it's just too many dang rules. And I just thought, there's a lot of good little lakes around here, but some of them are only 100 acres, 150 acres. And, you just can't run big tournaments and show off these lakes. So I just decided I'm going to run my own little tournament deal, no membership. I don't charge a membership, 100% payback. There's enough local businesses around here that pay for some plaques and pay for some, G juice and the scales and everything I needed to kind of get this deal started. There you go.
Good looking plaques, by the way.
Yeah. Scott and Company here in town burns those in. They did a good job. That's Scott Bourne right there, Bourne 4 Electric, paid for all that. And I would, and then of course I charge, I don't know, I'm not making any money, I'll tell you that. By the time you spend $70 on that and buy a bottle of G juice, I have like $10 left over, and I call that their advertising fee, and
mm-hmm.
I think Scott had over 20 hours of view on that little, when we did, we videoed the weigh in, and that was just, there's only 3 people kind of weighed in, so that was kind of a short one, but
yeah,
that's just kind of my dream, eventually. And yeah, but we're going on, we fished Pleasant to the lake. It's a little 100-acre lake. Big bass in that lake was a 5'8" something. We had a big fish weighed in there.
Boy, had a toad last weekend weighed in at Fort Scott.
6'10", yeah.
Damn stud. I mean, it was a big one.
Yeah. Cedar Creek didn't show up very well. That lake's better than it showed. But yeah, we're going to go to Bone Creek twice this spring. We're going to go back up into, Lynn County up there. We're going to fish Mound City Lake, and we're going to fish Kreitzer yet. So
I didn't hear you mention. I thought maybe last weekend when we were talking, you mumbled something about Big Hill.
Well,
and if you support my tournaments, I'll go west a couple miles and maybe hit up that lake.
Yeah, but I'll maybe the fall, once we get through this schedule, and if we do it again, we'll for sure throw Big Hill on there. And Yates Center's got a nice little lake over there. We had a champions tournament for the Thursday nighters there a few years ago, and
that was fun.
That was a nice lake. So if we can get, like you say, I thought when I first dreamed this up, we called it the Eat 'em Up Fishing Invitationals. That way, if we start getting too many boats, because you can't put 30 boats on Farlington,
No.
You just can't. And it's just, there's that 6'10" Malika's caught. That was a stud. And that other one beside it's 3.5,
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, and then, honestly, man, we're awful early. We still got a long ways to talk, but I've dreamt this whole deal up to maybe moving on if we get enough interest to running like what we're going to call a Sunday solo series, and have the same thing, only instead of a team event, and maybe then we'll go to Stockton or maybe hit some bigger lakes and see if we can't get, 25 to 40 boats interested in fishing some 100% payback, no membership fee, stuff like that.
I mean, honestly, Jess, there's a heck of there's just a ton of guys around this area that are pretty decent fishermen. And, you know, I've fished ABAs for a number of years and Joe, you know, this and that, Stockton tournaments and grand tournaments. And you see bits and pieces of them all over, but you don't necessarily see everybody in one place. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I don't know what it is. You know, like kind of how we met years ago was at the Thursday night jackpot out at Bone Creek. And obviously me working at Albers and different things. And, but you know, there's a heck of a group of guys that fish tournaments out there every Thursday that you never see on the lake on the weekend.
Yeah, there's some sticks that fish that Thursday night, and that's kind of all they do, you know. But yeah, and that's kind of what I thought, you know, if you could get that core group of the 10 or 15 guys that fish that Thursday night deal and move on to fish a few other deals, that, you know, just a lot of fun. And more of a, I want everybody to follow the rules, don't get me wrong, but in more of a laid back buddy type tournament.
Yeah, it was a good time. And you know, that tournament that you had last weekend, I mean, wasn't the greatest weather in the world, wasn't the nicest day, and still saw some familiar faces that I hadn't seen in a while, really. I mean, it was kind of different. So I enjoyed it. And I like the, you know, the non-membership 100% payback, just kind of show up and fish kind of thing. And I mean, I don't see any reason why you won't be successful in the future with it, really.
Right, and I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I fished the ABA for years, Stockton, Grand, the Bone Creek Big Heel deal, the USA Bassin. You know, they had the Small Lakes division here, or the Eastern Kansas division, whatever it is, and you pay your membership, and then what do they pay back? 80% of your entry fees or something, because there's always a big corporation, but they've got an end of the year deal, so you can always say, you know, you're still going to get to fish for that money at the end of the year. So what we're trying to do with this Eat 'em Up fishing deal is, if I can get it sold, which I think I can, we're going to have a winners tournament on a private piece of property sometime maybe in July. So everybody that wins a tournament will be able to come fish for a no entry fee for like $300 to $500. And I always thought that would be a good thing to have there.
Very cool. So you got February scheduled, I think. Yep. Is what Brandon was saying. You're going to Lacine.
Yep, February 28th, we're going to Lacine.
Is there any fishing there?
Well, I believe the thing about Lacine that I've always enjoyed fishing Lacine, that if you can't get bit, you can always go catch white bass at the hot water outlet. At least, not, you know. I fished a bass tournament there 4 or 5 years ago. I think it was the USA Bass at end of the year deal, and come by that hot water outlet and you boom, catch a white bass. You throw back out there, you catch another white bass, and the next thing you know, you wasted an hour and a half of your day in a bass tournament catching white bass because you just catch one every cast. That's how good a tournament fisherman I am, Kyle, right there.
I've never fished a tournament on Lacine, but I used to go up there when it was a coal burning power plant, and used to go up there in January, February just to kind of get tuned up.
Yeah, there's still some toads in that lake. If it's just typical. I know it sounds like beating a dead horse, but if you want to go catch some good fish, a lot of times, man, there's some good ones at Lacine. Just don't pay money to fish it. You know, if it's a tournament, that screws me every time.
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
And then, like I say, we're going to fish Bone Creek in March, and then Mound City in April. Then we're going to go back to Bone Creek in May, and then we're going to finish in Kreitzer in June.
Cool. I haven't ever been to Kreitzer. But Bone Creek in March and May should be really good.
Should be lights on, I would hope. And Bone Creek, you know, there again, you go back to the Thursday night COVID years. Bone Creek will hold 20 boats. There might be some people kind of fishing similar areas, but you can put 20 boats on Bone Creek all right.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, there. Some of those tournaments we had out there was what was that? The Billy Smith Memorial. How many boats was that? 55 or something?
Yeah. A lot. Yeah, and then there was a couple of those Thursday night classics. Yeah, there was for sure 40 boats in some of those.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of excuse me, pardon me to go flip a tree somewhere, but it can be done.
Yeah, and that's a whole other topic if you want to get into fishing etiquette. You know, I'm the grumpy old man now. I turned 50 this year, and I remember, going to Grand Lake and you'd be fishing along, somebody'd sit down beside you and start on the other side of the same dock you were fishing. And I used to claim, welcome to Oklahoma, but heck, it happens everywhere now.
Sometimes you just got to put your blinders on and do it, I guess. It's not for me, honestly.
Yeah, my mouth overrides my rear end from time to time. But the other thing too, I can always agree. I guarantee no one's throwing what I'm throwing because I've probably dreamt up some stupid concoction and throwing some silly something or other. So
I'm not going to mention what I saw tied on the end of your line, so my lips are sealed, buddy.
Yeah, that's still super secret. But no, honestly, if I'm doing good and catching fish, I can about guarantee 90% of the time I've got a jig in my hand. I love to swim a jig. I love to flip a jig, drag a jig. If it's just basically I've got a jig in my hand 90% of the time.
That sounds like John and his love for the almighty tube.
Let me tell you what happened Tuesday. When did I send that video? When was I fishing? Was it Tuesday?
I thought it was yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
It wasn't yesterday. It was Tuesday.
It was Tuesday.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
So I'm fishing.
I'm 55. I don't know what day it is.
So I'm fishing the brush pile that I caught that 5-pounder out of in the club classic. And I catch a 2 3/4 pound spotted bass. It was a beautiful, beautiful fish. And that was like first thing right off the bat. And I went and fished around. And then so at the end of the day, I'm running back to the ramp and I go over there to the brush pile again. I'm like, I'm going to hit this one more time. Well, I get hung up. In this brush pile and I can't get it loose. Can't get it loose. I'm throwing my tube. Can't get it loose. Finally, I give up and I just pull on it. And it comes free. And up comes a tube. My tube. No hook in it. Just the tube. Like, I don't know if it was, I snagged the tube. The hook was caught on the brush pile and I ripped the tube off of the hook. But I got the tube and it was definitely my tube from 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
Sounds like somebody needs to fish a different brush pile.
Not when you catch fish every time you hit it.
Yeah, I mean.
And good fish.
So the brush pile's towards the boat ramp, evidently.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
You don't know what boat ramp, though.
Nope. That's, yeah, there was a deal on Facebook the other day. Someone was talking about list your favorite lakes or something, and man, it just blew up about how.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's like, do you guys think that we don't know where every lake is from here to the Gulf?
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess I must have missed that.
It was Josh.
Yeah.
Josh, he asked, what's your favorite small lake? and people started responding, and then
Oh.
all the people that didn't want their small lake publicized because nobody's heard of it before.
Yeah, it's like, Bone Creek's a secret.
Yeah.
It was getting talked about a lot more when we didn't think it was.
Right. Back when I was self-employed, I hope my wife's not listening, but when I was self-employed, it'd just be a random Wednesday. I decided instead of going to work, I'd hook on the boat and go fishing, and there'd be 13 boats at that boat ramp on a Wednesday, So, yeah, we wasn't the only ones that knew that lake was good.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when we moved from Central Kansas to Webb City, and I did the same thing. I went to Grand on a Wednesday thinking, man, this is going to be awesome. And it was, it was probably prime time. It was like April or something. So everybody's really fishing a lot. And I'm like, man, what's everybody doing? Must be a tournament or something going on down here.
Nobody works.
Yeah.
Nobody, I agree. No one has a job.
But I will tell you this, gentlemen. I lived in Alabama, and there is nobody on the lake compared to Alabama.
Nobody works in Alabama.
Nobody. Like I'm like you when people cut you off and stuff. It's constant. Like you can't go anywhere, any day, anytime without being cut off or something. And it's nothing like that here compared to there. It'll happen once in a while, but it is nothing like that, like down there.
Wow.
I mean, there was just so much more pressure. We were talking the last show, and you said you love Gunnersville. I hate it. I think it's the worst. I hate going there. I lived an hour from it, and I hated going because 400 boats on the lake every day. Every day, especially if it was like March, April, during the spawn or whatever, and people like us from northern, or like northern, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, everybody taking their vacation time and going to Gunnersville in March just to have fun, which is great, but it's just packed all the time.
Well,
all the time.
You can thank Bassmaster for that a little bit.
No, it's been that way yeah, but it's been that way forever, and it's a great lake. I mean, it holds up to all that pressure.
What was it? I know for a fact it was at least top 5 in the 100 Best Bass Lakes edition, wasn't it? For like 2 years in a row or something.
It's always, and it's coming back, and it went down for a while, but it's coming back. But I hated it.
See, I feel that's how Grand Lake is too.
Grand is nothing like Gunnersville. I'm telling you,
Grand gets beat like a drum for us.
I fished Grand and Gunnersville both in the middle of the week, and I'm telling you, I was out Tuesday and never saw another boat.
I'm just glad
beautiful day. If I was on Gunnersville Tuesday, I would have seen 50 boats.
Huh.
Easy.
Must like the unemployment rate down there must be bad or something.
No, I mean you got 100 pros that live on the lake. That's what they do for a living.
True.
And then you got all the guides. True. And then you got all the people that are wanting to get out of the cold weather and come down to Alabama.
Yeah, I always decided that, man, I think I'd move to Rayburn or somewhere like that if I can retire. Nocias, Texas, somewhere in East Texas.
All those lakes are the same as they've all gotten pressure.
I'm thinking Table Rock.
Grand gets a lot of pressure, but I'm telling you guys, it's nice compared to some of them southern lakes.
Yeah, I'm thinking Table Rock. I'm gonna shake my man all winter long down there one of these days.
You have at it, buddy. Have at it.
Catch all them 1.5 pound spotted fish all you want.
No, I'm not even worried about if I retire. I'm not going to worry about bass too much. The size of crappie that I caught last November shaking a minnow,
You gotta.
they were toast.
You better win the lottery, or you got about 30 more years of working to do there, buddy.
Believe me, I know.
I was teasing someone the other day. I don't even know if I'm smart enough to win the lottery. I mean, you just take that big cardboard check to the bank. I mean, what do you do? You hand me $1 billion and you think redneck. Yeah. We would own every lake house from here to the Gulf, I'll promise you.
So how do you, let's go back to your filming. You said you use the iPad. So how do you set it up? You know, how do you have it fastened in and all that good stuff?
Well, I built a pole. This tracker, they have threaded seat pedestals, and then I just built a piece of square tubing, and so this tripod that my iPad's sitting in now, the top comes out, it slides in that square tubing, it locks in, it screws down into your seat pedestal, and it just grips on the back. And this iPad Pro has a wide angle front camera lens, so you get the whole wide angle, and it works really well. I wouldn't trust it running down the lake. You got to take the iPod down every time you run. But there again, the content creator, you take off, you know, you can jump up on plane and then you back off, take your camera down, and then go to where you're going and edit that part out. And people just think you got to where you're going, you know. And
do you have like a battery that you plug into it, or are you just using the battery that's?
Yeah, I have some battery backup. That's the other problem. You lose your mics trying to run a battery backup. I haven't quite got all that cinched down yet. I have my own IT specialist. That's what my wife does for a living. So she's working on some stuff to try to do all that. But yeah, 3 or 4 hours pretty consistently. You get 3 or 4 hours just off the charge of the iPad. So, I mean, yeah, so you can, most people that you want to take fishing, 3 or 4 hours, most of them are done.
You've got them burned out by then.
Yeah, they're tired of listening by then. But, you know, and then like we was talking, as far as the interview process, it's amazing. You know, if you just turn the camera on and start fishing and you talk about silly stuff, and an hour into it, then you start giving them the meatier questions, and they'll loosen up, especially if you're catching fish, and give you some pretty good stuff.
And your mics, how do your mics work?
They're wireless, just lab mics. Like I said, that's the hardest part. I haven't quite got all that figured out. The iPad, if it's not windy, to me, it's better not to use any mics and just use the iPad. Just remember that if you want to talk, especially if you're by yourself, just filming clips. If you want to say something, just make sure you turn it into the iPad. Because if a lot of times if you're facing forward, you're facing the trolling motor, iPad's behind you, and you hook into one and you say something, blah, man, this is a good one, good thing, blah, blah, blah. You go to edit it and you don't hear a word you said. But it's amazing how it'll hear more of the fish splashing, the birds chirping. You get a lot of what they call B-roll behind you that sounds really good, and you lose all that with your lav mics. So I don't know which is better. I assume one of these days the audience will eventually tell me. I get a few comments every now and then, like when they hadn't heard that such and such bird forever. I don't even know what bird it is, or I never hear the bird. But so there's somebody watching it that, yeah, maybe that's what they're going to watch it for. So we'll try to please everybody.
Maybe you should get like a bird collar on your boat.
Yeah, cacaw. Be an old crow or something.
That you're in Girard, right?
Yes.
Who is the greatest bass angler in Girard, Kansas?
Currently or history?
Both.
Oh, well, both then. History first.
Yeah, man. There's been a lot of great ones. You're not going to get me to maybe fall for this trap. There's one guy that's from here. He doesn't live in Girard anymore. I think he lives over by Frontenac now. But Doug Jagels, I'll tell you, at one time, why he never did try to go pro is beyond me. I think Doug was as good as any of them at one time, and maybe still is.
I probably would second that.
Yeah. But, like Kyle touched earlier, there's some guys at Thursday Nighters, my stepdad, Randy Nelson, 72 or 3 years old, he still fishes by himself, and he still wins 3 or 4 of those Thursday Nighters. And, him and I won our first Eat 'em Up tournament there at Pleasanton, and he's the one that caught the 5-8, not me, on the third cast of the day on a chatterbait. But, yeah, he's still as good as they come,
So, well, I was hoping to elicit a response from that question, and apparently
I don't know if he's watching.
I don't think he's watching.
Who's that, Mark?
Mark.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Oh yeah, you can't ever count Moody out. But
He's a current resident.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. There was, and we joke all we want, that Jeff Malikas, I tell you, wins a lot. There's a name a lot of people don't know, but Malikas, he's a good. There's a lot of sticks, a lot of hammers in this town. I do believe. I just wished I was one of them. I just hang out with them. They just let me donate to their cause.
If you charge $5 entry, for the tournament, they could be donating to your cause.
Well, yeah. When I first dreamt this up a year or so ago, my accountant was over, and I just asked him, how a 50-50 pot works. I always wanted to run a 50-50 pot, and I was going to just kind of pocket the other 50% to run the tournament. And he informed me that you cannot run your own lottery, that please don't do that. So. So that's how I was going to get paid every tournament.
Danny, you clicking away up there. What are you doing, boss?
I'm looking at stuff. Maybe I'm shopping for your Christmas present.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is around the corner, ain't it?
I'm just digging up pictures and pulling them up. And
well, there's a Friday night football game.
How long you been doing that, Jess?
About 7 years. Yeah. That all started, just a random phone call. They needed a camera operator at a basketball game, and I agreed that I'd come run the camera. My kids was in high school at the time. I was going to the game anyway. Might as well get paid my $25 to do it. And they handed me a headset with a microphone and wanted me to talk. And a lot of people probably think that's funny. That knows me. I was a little hard, it was hard to talk. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what, a lot of times Yard Sports Live, they'll get 1,000 viewers, and I knew that. I was talking to 1,000 people, but it turned into it was a lot of fun.
So is like Mitch Holstis your hero, or What?
No. Probably more than Denny Matthews, Fred White. I'm a baseball guy from way back, so. And I'll do all the play-by-play for the baseball, softball games this spring. Cuts into my fishing a little bit, but we have a kid in town here he's a junior, already a D1 commit. I assume he's going to be drafted. He's the real deal. He throws low 90s now. Great movement on his fastball and throws some off-speed stuff. Yeah, Cam Smith. I mean, there's a name people need to remember. He's going to go somewhere.
He may have a pretty daggone good teacher.
Yeah. His daddy was as good as they come. Yeah, 93 graduate of Girard.
Bought my first big champion from him.
From Dan.
Yes.
Yeah. Dan, he's another one. For 2 years, he's promised that we're going to go fishing and talk about Major League Baseball. And between his schedule and mine, it's always hey, Dan, you want to go fishing? Sure. Where do you want to go? Yeah. Yeah.
Had something. He brought that boat, that white champion that I bought from him. He brought it into the boat shop out there at Albers, and it didn't have any fire. It quit running on him, and it stranded him on the lake down at Grand in like a Columbus Club tournament or something. I think he fished or something, and he brings it in at the shop, and Billy was backing it around for me to look at, and I'm like, that's a pretty slick looking boat. It was all white and it had that black stripe down the center, And I was like, dadgum. And Bill goes, you want me to ask him if he wants to sell it? He's kind of in a pissy mood. And I go, sure, I don't, kind of kidding around, really. I go, but I'm not going to fix it if he's going to put it up for sale. Like, if I'm buying it, I'll buy it broke. Maybe I'll try and get a little better deal. And I don't know. 2 or 3 days later, he's back in the shop, and I'm writing him a check.
Yeah. Yeah. Dan's a really good guy. He's done a lot, for the community. Really gives back good around here. I don't think he likes to advertise it, but we got a turf baseball field, we got a turf softball field. We have a lot to do with it. It's nice to have an ex-major leaguer with ties to the community, I'll tell you that.
That's cool. And where's his son committed to going, Jess?
Arkansas. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good program too, right?
Good baseball program.
Be exciting to watch him play.
It is. So my plan is we're probably going to for sure broadcast about every one of his starts this spring. So I'm not going to say we're going to broadcast every Girard baseball game, but if Cam's on the hill, we're probably broadcasting it.
Very cool. You got any plans to go fishing before Christmas?
Maybe Friday. It's supposed to be pretty nice Friday afternoon.
That's tomorrow.
Well, the week after. Yeah. So I don't know where I'll go yet. I haven't decided.
I may or may not have a day of vacation next Friday.
Well, I can charge the iPad right back up. We shoot a nice. I might have, if he's not goose hunting, he shouldn't be goose hunting if it's warm.
Oh, I got the 18th and the 19th off, boss.
Yeah. There we go. We'll make it a date. So, but I scheduled a week in Tyler, Texas in March. Spring break, we're going to Tyler, Texas. So I plan on fishing Lake Athens and Lake Gilmer. And there's a handful of lakes there that I want to hit and see if we can't film a few shows on. So, man, I love East Texas. I just love it.
I haven't ever fished anything in Texas, but I guess Toledo Bend, that kind of counts a little.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to go to Fork just to say I went to Fork. I don't know if it, I'm sitting here trying to think of that other lake that Kraft and Butcher and Ed Schofield and some of them guys talked. That big trophy lake. The name of that one? It's like help me.
That was
Ivy?
in Oklahoma?
No, OH Ivy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I haven't been there. I know Bobby Hawkins and Jody Buckle went there one time. Spent a couple days and come home with their tail between their legs.
They didn't pull a Josh Jones and just go whack 10-pounders all day.
Oh, no. But yeah, there's a lot of 300-acre lakes that's kind of off the beaten path, kind of like little bone creeks, that are state lakes that people don't want to pull their $70,000 bass boat to. And, this little tracker goes down those roads really nice. And there's some good fishing in there. I've caught some. I've never caught a double digit. Probably never caught an 8-pounder. I'll be right honest. But I've caught. We had one day there. My oldest son was with me, Mitch, and I bet we caught 30 fish between 5 and 7 pounds one afternoon. It was amazing. Of course, no video to prove it, so it's just my word against his. So.
Who caught the most?
I did by far. Yeah. and I'm
Most and biggest.
Yeah, I did by far. But I'm not kidding. We had them. There was a south wind for 2 or 3 days, and there was a lily pad field in about 8 foot of water. And I'm telling you, they was like white bass schooling, and they were all between 5 and 6 pounds. It was just amazing.
Wow.
And, people don't believe me, but remember the old Lunker City sluggos? You throw a sluggo out there and twitch it twice, and it would just boom. It was just one after the other all day long.
That's freaking stupid.
Yeah. And that might have started, I got to buy a camera and put in this boat. Because no one's going to believe me.
Yeah. I get it. At that point, you're just kind of like, you got to have some sort of proof.
Yeah.
The whole selfie with the cell phone thing, a 2-pounder looks giant if you hold it at the right angle.
Yeah.
Stop looking at my pictures.
Yeah.
That's why I bought a selfie stick.
My arms aren't very long, so I'm not smart enough. If I hold a fish out, my other arm's not longer than that arm. So.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that thing where you pat your head and rub your belly.
Right. Not very good at it.
Can't do it. Cannot do it. John, you gonna fish any more this winter before Christmas?
I may go tomorrow.
Is the wind supposed to lay down some?
I don't know. You can get out of it on the whatever side it's not going to blow from. I don't know. It's not supposed to blow like it did today, I don't think.
Are they biting again?
Right, it never blows down in Elk River.
I probably caught 12 or 15 keepers Tuesday.
Nice.
And I did scope one.
Was it a bass?
Yeah.
Live scope or like rifle scope?
Live scope. But it was not on a minnow or an A-rig. It was on a crankbait. And I said,
Nice.
Man, they look like there's 3 bass right there by the bank there. And I tossed over there and caught one of them.
Sweet.
Did you chuckle about it at all?
I did. I was like, that's stupid.
I am not a live scoper, man. I'm just not very good at it at all.
I'm not either. I can't. I had some fish follow it, like when I was throwing the A-rig, because the A-rig's easy to see.
Sometimes I can't even find it.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. But I had some follows, but I had more fish running from it. Probably weren't bass. Probably were drum or something. But you didn't need to do that. You didn't need to do that Tuesday.
I see where it's a weapon. I really do. But I don't know. I got so many mixed feelings on what to do, what not to do with it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the right thing is.
Every time, you just gotta practice it more. And every time I go, I spend an hour or two trying to figure out a little more about it. And
well, you last about an hour or two longer than I do.
And then I get bored and I'm like, what am I doing? This is stupid. And I go fish in the bank again.
Yeah, I agree. There'll be, a nice day in the winter, and I'll tell myself I'm going to go scoping today. I'm not going to throw until I see one on my live scope, and that lasts 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Then I'm pitching every tree I see.
If Brandon would take me and show me how to do it, then I might do a little more of it, but I don't know.
I'd like to take it to the KG&E lake.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'd like to figure out another alibi for my grandpa and let my conscience actually let me fish it.
Can't we just say we're all relative to Frank and go?
I think once the person is passed, the rights of that person are gone.
Oh.
I don't know about that. If it's a really good pond or maybe whitetail ground, I don't feel like that's true.
Yeah.
Last time I was on the company lake, and the guy was standing on the bank waving at me to come over there and chat with him. The one and only time I've ever fibbed and used my grandpa's name was he had been gone for 5 or 6 years, and I was like, yeah, he ran to town to get some bait. He'll be back here in about 15, 20 minutes. And I was like, oh, okay, yep, cool. And he leaves, and so did I. I was gone.
I'm like you. I can't do it, man. Even when I was a kid, and the guy, my buddies were all jumping fences and running down to the pond. I did it one time, and I was miserable the whole time. I'm looking over my shoulder, and I was like, I'm not doing this anymore.
And I hate to cast the shadow and blame somebody for that, but I know a guy that his dad used to work at KG&E with my grandpa, and it was his idea. And he's the one that kind of told me, I was like, we fished a jackpot at Big Hill together, me and Eric.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about it, and I said, man, I'd like to get back over there and, get better at throwing it. It was early on when the chatterbait just came out.
We don't know anybody that lives that.
I don't anymore.
Hey, Brandon's got a pretty good idea down here in the comments. He said, just tell him you go there to remember him.
That's a good idea.
But anyhow, Eric, I was asking him, I was like, what's your thoughts on, just trying to get better at something? I want to get better at throwing a chatterbait. He goes, you need to go to the service lake and just, that's all you take is that chatterbait. And I was like, that's a good idea. I go, the only problem is Grandpa's, he's gone. He can't take me. He can't even go with me. He goes, oh, come on, kid. You got to get creative. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, hell, I'll probably go by there on my way home. I was like, okay. He goes, just tell the groundskeeper that Earl's gone to Parsons to get lunch or something, man. I was like, you know what? That sounds like a really good idea.
Did you catch any on the chatterbait?
Dude, I was literally there for like 20 minutes. 20 minutes, made like one pass down this bank and just, trolling motor on like medium and just chucking and whining. And, I'm kind of like John. I just can't do it.
Yep, I can't do it either.
So what do you guys think's the next big bait? Remember, when the chatterbait come out, man, it was a game changer. And I don't know how many years the pros threw that before they released it to us, but so what's next? The glide baits I'm a terrible glide bait fisherman. I hate them.
I think it maybe just depends on the category a little bit, and in my opinion, it kind of depends on what the pros are really going to start showing on camera. Because in in the past and now it's kind of the finessey stuff is kind of been the next fad, and the dice bait and the fuzzy Senkos that look goofy and all that crap.
How goofy do they look?
They look pretty goofy.
Yeah, they're pretty goofy.
But they catch fish. I'm not going to say they don't, but
I think the dice baiter is the next. And I think it's going to be how, like, I've already seen glimpses of it. Like if you watch the college bracket, that kid that won it was throwing a dice bait, shallow at laydowns.
Yep.
Now just imagine having that dice bait with a wacky rig worm right behind it.
Illegal. It's illegal.
Well, not if it's only got one hook.
Yeah, it's illegal.
What was the gizmo?
It's illegal in bass rules. I don't know about other rules, but it's illegal in bass rules.
What was the gizmo that a whole bunch of people tied in front of a Zara spook?
The front runner.
Okay.
Illegal in bass rules.
So can you run a jig as a Carolina weight?
No.
No?
Not in bass rules.
Or a jig as your drop shot weight?
Not with a hook in it.
No, he's just talking bass, not everybody, but yeah, and I've done that, the big jig Carolina rig deal.
Yeah.
Me too. And I've done the drop shot with a finesse jig as my drop shot weight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Used to do that a lot back at Grand Lake 20 years ago. Drop shot was just kind of coming out. You'd wacky rig a worm a foot above your jig and drag that finesse jig. You'd be surprised how many fish you actually catch on the jig, not the worm.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Pino said it was a front runner too.
That's what it was. Front
I
runner.
can't remember. I've seen it tied on a couple of people's rod and reels before, but couldn't remember what the goofy little thing was called.
Did it float too like the spook?
Yeah.
Alex Torkelson checking in. He loves the fuzzy dice.
Well, of course he does.
Yeah. I notice he's watching on Facebook and not YouTube. So is Chris Johnson.
Oh, these kids.
Yeah, I know. You'd think Chris Johnson would know better.
He says they'd put 3 front runners on a spook.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
You know how much the front runners are cost on eBay now? I think they're like $25-$30 a piece.
No. You know how much tubes are? Not that much.
When do you transition to a jerkbait?
I tied one on Tuesday.
Okay.
I was trying to catch some of them damn scoper fish. Because I found some, I was seeing fish in the, like, but I don't know if they were bass. I don't know if they were bass, but they look like bass. And they were in the middle of the pockets like they would be in the middle of winter. And I just thought it was too early. Like, I don't know, because I was catching them on the bank, and maybe it's not too early, but I couldn't get them to eat a rig or a jerk bait, anything. Couldn't even get them to look at it. So that's why I don't know if they were bass. I don't know, but they were clearly in the middle of the pot, out in the middle of the pockets,
Mm-hmm.
like like they were catching in the classic last year, in the middle of pockets. But I don't know.
I wished I could have been there. I'd told you they were probably bass, and I'd have shook my minnow and caught probably 10,000 drum.
Yeah. If they react, bass or drum. If they react, bass, drum. If they don't, they were probably drum then. I don't know. They didn't react.
John Jack wants to know what your favorite brand of tube is.
It's Secret Lures. That's the brand name. Terry, Matt McCoy, about Indiana Bass Nation, and Terry McWilliams, Bass Nation guy that made it to the Classic.
I remember that name.
Terry McWilliams, great dude. Matt McCoy, I think, started the company, but Terry's been involved the whole time. They've been around for 20 years. But I buy them direct from them. Secret, you can get them at Tackle Warehouse, but they sell bulk. They sell in bulk. Like you can buy a 25 pack instead of a 5, 7, or 10 pack or whatever. So I just buy direct from them. They are salty, yes.
How many rods?
They're not overly salty, huh?
How many rods you got rigged up right now?
There's probably on my rigged up with tubes or rigged up with.
Oh, what you got? What you got on the front deck of your boat? There ain't no tournaments coming up.
I have.
Or maybe there is a tournament coming up. I don't know.
No, I have a chatterbait. I have a spinnerbait, a big spinnerbait. I have a smaller spinnerbait. I have a Fritzside 5. I have a jig. I have an A-rig. I have a jerk bait. I'm thinking what's on the deck of my boat right now. I have it wasn't in the 40s Tuesday.
It was like 45 or 6 at Fort Scott.
It wasn't it was in the 50s Tuesday.
Oh, wow.
I don't know where Brandon's fishing, but it was in the 50s. It wasn't in the low 40s, unless he's way up the river or something. A jig, tube. That's it. I think that's all that's on my deck right now.
Jess, it don't look like you got any rods on your deck at all.
I put them all up right before we come on, but I was what do you guys think of colors? I mean, does color matter when it comes to plastic? Or, I grew up, I throw about 2 colors. It's called green pumpkin and green pumpkin.
It's all that's in my boat. Green pumpkin and black and blue.
Yeah, I throw a lot of purple anymore. I build my own jigs, and I really experiment with some different skirt deals, and I've come up with a skirt that, and because I'm a big mouth, I tell everybody it's half a strand of green pumpkin, half a strand of watermelon candy, and half a strand of June bug, and then you can tip it with a June bug trailer. You can go watermelon trailer. You can go green pumpkin trailer. And I tell you what, you catch a green sunfish and you put it next to that jig, it's like, no wonder they eat that thing so good.
I get made fun of when I pull out all my colors, just because a lot of the guys that know me, I'm colorblind and I don't necessarily see colors the same way everybody else does, which I think sometimes work to my advantage. And
Yeah.
colors that guys can see, colors that normal people can see, to me, have a tendency to look ugly, really. So a lot of the grays look pink, and the reds look kind of funny. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't realize that green pumpkin wasn't actually green until a couple years ago when somebody told me it was brown. And I don't know if that's a lie or not.
That is a lie.
That's a lie.
It's green.
So
That's green.
a lot of times, whatever I'm throwing, it's this dumbest, simplest thing in the world, and I don't even know what color it is. I just know what name they call it. And what pisses me off probably the most about bait manufacturers is instead of, let's just say they call it sapphire. Well, I don't know what sapphire is, but if they, say blue sapphire or something, at least I could relate it to that. But I hate black and blue, but I do throw it a little bit. And I really like watermelon candy a lot.
A lot. Yeah, there's a guy down there at Grand Lake. Steve Brewer. I don't know if you guys know that name, but
Never heard of him.
Yeah, he once told me he didn't care what the watercolor is. You throw a watermelon candy brush home, son.
It's a good
I
color.
can't get bit on watermelon. It's a confidence thing. I know it is, because I can catch them all day on a green pumpkin, run out of green pumpkin, put on watermelon, not completely stop catching them, put the old torn up green pumpkin back on and start catching them again.
I throw June bug a lot too, I'll be honest, but like on a trick worm, or I throw a lot of swim worms, the UV zoom worm, and I throw June bug a lot.
I don't remember. I don't remember what bait manufacturer came out with June bug first, but I will tell you that the June bug that I bought and the June bug that Moody bought were 2 different bait manufacturers, and they were 2 different colors. It's like, can they not like have a meeting and, hey, this isn't June bug, this is June bug. June bug is one of those colors that I like, but what June bug? You almost have to be more specific.
I think that green pumpkin too. Zoom's green pumpkin to me is not the same as Berkeley's green pumpkin.
Yeah. The Max scent colors throws me for a loop.
They're odd.
They just look uglier than sin. I know they catch fish, but
Wheeler's pretty good with them anyway.
the Max Scent colors really throw me for a loop. They just like a drabby gray looking tint to them. They don't have any shine to them. I don't know what it is about them. I guess maybe the plastic they use to put them together or something.
Yeah. I haven't bought any of the Max Scents yet, but I'm often curious of, remember when Berkeley made the gold lures, that had a little more texture, are they similar to those on texture wise or?
Yeah, yes. And they're like the Cincos, they're like real super dense. And they've always got like a little bit of a moisture to them. I mean, I'm a real big fan of scented plastics. Anything Berkeley Power Bait is, I've always been a fan of. And I think it's called the hit worm. It's like a big shaky head.
Let's say moist about 6 more times.
Yeah.
Moist.
I'm a Zoom guy. I throw a lot of Zoom baits. I don't know why. Probably because they put 15 worms in a package for $5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny, do I have to be an admin to post a website? 'Cause it's not letting me.
Probably. What do you want?
www.secretlures.com.
Okay, I'll get it and put it up. Talk amongst yourselves.
I was trying to post the jig that
I just happen to have one. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah. See, it's got a little June bug, little watermelon, little green pumpkin in it. Yeah, that's.
I'd throw it. I'd throw it.
It's a good one. 4 Acre makes fun of me with it till I catch about 5 to his 1, and then he asks for one.
it's not letting me post anything. I posted where I was watching from.
Yeah, got that.
It's not letting me post anything right now. It's weird.
Aliens, man.
So, John, you're in the know on the stuff. Is the opens and all that, or are they really hurting as bad as that Facebook says they are on getting attendance?
The opens?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see anything. I don't think so. I don't think
there's so many codes. The co-anglers are not wanting to fish it the way they got the new rules.
that's MLF.
Oh, that's the MLF side.
Bass doesn't have co-anglers.
Hmm.
Bass doesn't have co-anglers in the opens.
When they changed that?
Last year.
Yeah, last year.
Are you a tackle hoarder, Jess?
No.
No?
No. I'm
Man.
not.
I was going to ask you if you had any butterscotch salt craws.
From Gene LaRue?
Yeah.
No. I probably got some
Sorry, John.
I still got some Lake Fork secret baits, though. Remember when Lake Fork had their
I have some, Danny. Somebody brought me some a couple weeks ago.
Oh, man. But did he trade his room bill for that or what?
He just was a nice guy and gave them to me.
Wow.
Did Lake Fork had a salt crawl that was called like a pig claw, wasn't it?
Pig claw.
Yeah. And it was like a jig trailer. It had like zero movement, almost like a pork frog. And it was made by Lake Fork Tackle.
I don't remember that. They had a creature that had one little but it was ring, like their short ring fry with
I've got them.
me too, bags of
All they do is like twist my line.
What, the ring fries?
No.
the
This
creature.
looks like something that aliens brought down from outer space.
Give me 1 second.
It's the ugliest looking little piece of plastic you ever seen. It's got like 2 little paddle tails for arms. Where'd you get that hat at?
What? This one?
Yeah.
I got
Why
that from
can't I-
Pino.
Why can't I post anything, Danny?
I
All of a
Don't know.
sudden.
I do not know.
That
Well,
thing.
Chris,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
I've got, you asked if I was a tackle hoarder. I've got 500 of these if anybody wants to buy them. I really thought that'd be a Carolina rig machine.
Yeah.
We
I
we
just
all
can't
have
get
bags
past
of
that.
those.
I can't get past the little paddle tails for arms.
Sales gimmicks. Like, they don't have to catch fish. They just got to catch a sucker.
Well, that's most fishing tackle.
Yeah.
Oh my. Yes. Mr. Pino brought this to me in lacrosse.
Cool.
Yeah. Squatchy.
I like it. It almost reminds me of the what's the Smokey the Bear or whatever that always talks about the don't light a match in the woods, you'll burn the woods down. That character.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it. Kind of does, yeah.
Except for it's the Sasquatch version. Has he got like a frown on his face? Get that hat a little closer. He does have a frown on his face. He looks angry.
Well, he's just serious. I mean, he's a man about business.
It's Sasquatch's favorite time of year.
Oh, yeah. You guys ever seen a Sasquatch?
I want to real bad.
I've never seen one.
Now, I wouldn't want to play hide and seek with one for sure.
You know, I would ask you if you've ever thought about if you've ever been watched by Sasquatch while you're in a tree stand, but I won't do that. So think about that next time you go out and you're sitting in the tree stand before sunlight. You're welcome.
That he's watching me.
Oh, geez.
Chris, to answer your question, I use a stupid tube jig head.
Uh-oh, either Danny's in like serious concentration mode or he's in comment reading mode.
Well, I'm yes, because I'm trying to click all the right buttons. Can't figure out why John can't comment. That's weird. I don't have you turned off or anything.
I mean,
I couldn't even tell you how to comment other than I have to get on Facebook to comment. It does have a tab that says join the chat, but I'm afraid to click it.
Well, yeah, click that. Then you would see the comments.
Oh, I can see the comments.
Oh,
Yeah, I can see them. I'm in the chat right now. I'm in the chat box of 3 other guys.
I just don't know why it stopped because I posted, at the very beginning, and
mm-hmm. Oh,
Brandon doesn't want me to say that anymore because I sound like an old guy. I am an old guy. Brandon. This reason why I don't scope. Can't scope. Not patient enough to scope. And can't post on the comments right now.
see, Jess, we have a plan every time, every show. And if things start to go south, all we really have to do is just let John go on a rant about being an old grouchy man, and
Yeah.
it kills 5-10 minutes.
Good. But hey, so far I've agreed with everything he said.
Are we going to see you at the Albert show next month?
Yeah, I'll be there. My buddy Bobby Hawkins with Cowboy Custom Crates does a lot of painting on crankbaits. We've kind of split a booth again like we did last year, and we're going to share a table.
Cool.
I really don't have anything to sell, so I just ride his shirt tails on everybody that he paints baits for that I get to talk to. But yeah, that I'm looking forward to that Albert show. I think it's going to be a little bit bigger and better than normal, and it's going to be a great show.
Rick Klun coming back.
Yeah.
Bobby sent me a picture today.
Yeah. Painting just jerk baits.
Painting jerk baits.
He's pretty good at it. I hate to admit it. I hope he's not listening, but
He's trying to match the jerk. Okay, well. Ooh, this one. He's trying to match the jerk bait that I was throwing Sunday. I don't know why, because I didn't catch anything on it, but
yeah.
Maybe you didn't have one that color.
I don't think he did, and he obviously thought that it looked cool because I was bragging about how cool it looked.
But that's that one that had the inside, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how he's going to do that, but that looked cool.
From my colorblind eyes in a cell phone picture, it looks pretty daggum neat. I'm interested to see it.
Brandon, to answer your question, there's usually handful of custom bait painters, makers, like Cowboy. Steve LaRue is usually there. Richard Fitzwater with his jigs.
Dave Diefenbaugh, I think, there.
Yeah, Diefenbaugh. Sometimes Motion's there. Bud's Bait and Tackle out of Joplin, usually there. Or Carthage, or wherever they're out of.
Yeah, and we'll get I'm supposed to talk to Roseanne the next day or so, and we'll get the flyer up on here after the first of the year. Keep everybody informed on who's listed to be there.
Yeah, Edwin Evers is going to be there.
Edwin Evers.
Yeah.
And it's at a new venue I'm kind of excited about, too.
Me too.
You said. I think it'll be a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Did you ever find out who we're supposed to talk to? Kyle? Kiki? Jess?
I think he just said that he's going to talk to her in a day or two.
It's a week later.
Taskmaster.
I'm slacking.
Did they raise the booth price? Do you know, Jess?
I don't know because Cowboy buys all that, and then I always promise to pay him, and I have yet to pay him. Kind of like I do. I got a tackle box full of crankbaits that I probably need to settle up on one of these days. Yeah, Bobby should not call me with baits because I got to go over there and see what he's doing, and then I always take one home.
Justin, it is January, the Friday and Saturday. Is it 24th and 25th, 23rd and 24th of January.
Sounds right.
Whatever that weekend is, it's
23rd, 24th.
23rd, 24th, yeah.
yeah, it's 2 to 7 on Friday and like
All day.
9 to 5 or 6 on Saturday.
Yeah.
And all the cool people are going to be there. So come check
Well,
it
yeah.
out.
I mean, the 4 of us are going to be there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Come get an autograph. Get a selfie with the Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Or
good.
Or, if we're not available, maybe Rick Clunn.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He's fishing MPFL next year.
Yes, he is.
Yep.
Good for him.
Him fishing MPFL next year is pretty daggum cool. I saw something that I still can't believe in the NFL world. We'll see how that game goes Sunday.
Yeah, you think he's going to play?
I hope so.
Have you seen all the TikToks?
Yeah.
Oh,
Damian
man,
Thomason's
they're
coming
awesome.
back.
I think my favorite was the big gray bearded grandpa running with the ball and tripping and falling.
I can't wait. Maybe it'll start something new. See some real football come back again.
Or he's going to get killed, one or the other.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen, but just for his sake. But
He hadn't been hit for a few years yet, so.
No.
I just love it when the people that were interviewing him started asking him about his weight. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh, geez.
Squirrel.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I don't see how it could be. I can't believe there isn't anybody on the practice squad that was not ready to go ahead of a 44-year-old guy that's been out of the league 4 or 5 years.
I mean, if they called me, I'd have said yes.
Well, quick story off the subject. We played a lot of slow pitch softball for years, and we put a team together a couple of years ago. We called us the Has-Beens. And it was me and Cowboy and some other guys. And I'm telling you what, yeah, I don't know if we was either the Has-Beens or the Never Wases, but we were bad. Yeah, I was that guy that fat guy that just shouldn't even have had cleats and a ball glove, I'll tell you that.
Oh, that's funny.
You take a few years off, and that game passes you by in a hurry.
Yeah, you should have did you do your flex and stretch before?
No, I just pulled every muscle I had from and I call it muscle. I didn't know you could pull fat, but I pulled every bit of it.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, they asked us to play the following year, and no, we all declined the offer.
Oh, goodness me.
Danny,
Yes?
you got something going on this Saturday?
Yeah.
What time do you want everybody there?
Well, we're going to start the meeting at 10:30. You can be there whenever you want, I guess.
Well, I'm confused. Is that when everybody is supposed to be there, or because I kind of like half-ass read it as like it was all the important people's is when they were supposed to start.
No. General meeting starts at 10:30.
General meeting. Okay. I didn't read the word general.
Oh, okay. Maybe I didn't type general. I might have had a typo.
I could have swore to you it said something about board meeting.
Well, I think it says board members and club reps.
Yes, it does. That's why I was confused.
This means you.
Okay.
It could have been when Mike sent that previous one too that confused you. that said they were meeting at 10 or something like that, or earlier, and that the meeting starts at 10:30, but everybody should be there at 10 or something like that. Mike said that in an email. Be
Okay.
there early. That's what he
Yeah.
said.
Cool.
If you want to join us, we're going to be at Jimmy's Egg in El Dorado at 8:30. We're
not-
we're
I'm
pretty
not gonna be there.
hardcore. We're pretty hardcore. Cool stuff to talk about.
Is that a Bass Nation something, brother?
Kansas Bass Nation. It's just our fall meeting. Go over the 2025 season and looking into 2026 and potential sponsors and all that kind of stuff, and the youth program. Have a little look about at Russell Marine Products. Maybe a Sasquatch sighting. You never know.
In El Dorado.
Mm-hmm.
Could be. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
we're all YouTubers now.
Is there any fish?
Go search YouTube.
Influencer.
Go on YouTube, search Kansas Bigfoot sightings.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. You can just scroll and scroll and scroll. Kansas Bigfoot sightings.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Is there any fish left in El Dorado?
One.
One.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, we joke like that, but really, it's pretty good in the spring.
Yeah.
Once,
I've only been there one time in my life, and that was a long time ago. But yeah, I'd like to get out to some of them western Kansas lakes and smallmouth fish. I think that could, if you get the right weather, that could be a lot of fun. There's some nice smallmouth in a couple of those big reservoirs.
Wilson, Glen Elder. Glen Elder's got a bigger average. It doesn't have quite the same size of population, but it's a better average size than Wilson. Webster's got a lot of smallies in it.
Which one's Bob Beloit?
Glen Elder.
Yeah, I think that's the one that I hear from the circles that I run. That's the one I need to go to anyway.
Is that the one almost to Colorado?
No.
Yes.
Beloit is north central Kansas. Thank you very much. Not even west.
Well, you want to make some people mad?
Hey.
Go to like Hayes and call that Western Kansas. Well, they get mad.
Western Kansas is Fredonia West.
Yeah, we've already
agree.
established that line.
Yeah. It might just be Labette County. I don't know.
Altoona Midway.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna go to Glen Elder, you might as well keep on going north
Go to Milwaukee.
until you get to Minnesota.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
or South Dakota. Or
Yeah,
South
I could
Dakota.
probably be at Lake Fork as fast as I could be at Glen Elder.
Probably faster.
Yeah.
What is Glen Elder named after?
The town of Glen Elder, which is named after the guy Glen Elder. It's Glen Elder Reservoir, but it's Wakanda Lake.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I can't find it.
Wakanda.
I didn't know that.
My great grandparents' farm is under that lake.
Oh, wow. Did they leave any buildings?
All of them.
Habitat.
That's
Mhm.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And just like that, we're at an hour 35, guys.
Yes, sir.
Jess, I
Well-
guess it's my cue to give you your proper farewell. I appreciate you spending a little bit of time with us this evening and talking through what you got going on. And man, I had a heck of a time last weekend. I kind of look forward to fishing a few of them next year if I can get away from some of the other stuff I got going on.
Yeah, boy, I hope you can free up a weekend or so and do that. And yeah, we need to get together and film a show too, Kyle.
Yeah, it'd be a good time.
Yeah, and I appreciate you
Yeah.
guys having me. I was a little starstruck when Kyle hit me because I've watched your shows with, Ott and Andy Montgomery and Jordan Lee and I can list goes on, and I'm like, man, do you know who you're asking? That's quite a struggle here.
I'm not gonna give the name away or anything, but you got a pretty tough battle. The guests that might or might not be coming on after you next week.
Yeah. Well, he's got big shoes to fill. I'll just tell you that.
Well, I could look back, we're not in a hurry. This week, last year, we had Dave Mercer.
Well,
So-
yeah, another pretty good announcer. I hear.
He's not bad.
Yeah,
He does okay.
he does all right. He probably didn't sit in front of his tracker on an old van seat, though.
I don't know that Dave would fit on that seat.
It looks comfortable.
It does look comfortable. It's way better than this kitchen chair I'm sitting on.
Yeah. My wife, I sit out here way too much. I'll tell you that.
But you don't get in trouble if you sit there.
Well, they're true. Yeah.
Hey, now before you go, Jess, I wanted to let's put this together. If you hook up with Kiki and you guys go fish, would you please promise to break him of his fear of making a video?
Yeah, we'll have to make a video if we're fishing. Yeah, no doubt about it.
He thinks he's going to screw it up,
Well,
and
at
he's
least-
not.
Here's what I tell everybody too, and I won't mention any names again, but I was filming a show and he got to rambling on and talking, and then he got about halfway through it and he's like, we can't post that. I said, okay, we'll just edit it out. He just got a little too deep and got to talking and name dropping, and he's like, we can't have that out. I'm like, deal. And that's another thing I try to promise all those, bigger name people that I want to get on is I can send you the video before I ever air it. I'm not out here for clicks and video. I don't need any of that dirt stuff. I just want to go fishing with people I don't know.
Mhm.
There you go.
So,
And maybe catch something you ain't never caught before.
well, a fish would be, yeah. I'm telling you, man, you turn that camera on and that bite can get tough. I don't know what it is.
True statement.
Well, I guess we could say, really, that's Murphy's Law.
Murphy, 50 years living with it. Yeah. So,
Well, if you're up for the challenge, maybe we'll get together next week.
yeah, we'll have to. We'll try for sure. Hey,
Yeah,
I thank you
Thanks
guys.
for coming on.
Can't thank you enough.
Take care, buddy.
All right, see ya.
There's a fun dude.
Mhm.
Look forward to officially meeting him in person next month.
Yeah.
Maybe we could go hang out at their booth and stand there and hold our banner.
Maybe. We might have to do that if somebody doesn't ask how we get in that show.
Sometimes he
Somebody-
does this, Kyle. It's just poke.
Seems like I'm always late to the party.
I don't even remember where the party is. half the time. Hey, is special guest, is that next week or after we come back after Christmas?
That is next week.
Oh, sweet. So our final show of 2025.
And what is that date?
That would be December 18th.
So I may be late to that show
Okay.
because that is Valerie's birthday.
Oh, no.
I just realized that today after I booked this guy. So, but we can probably go to dinner and all that and be back by whenever.
Birthdays are like holidays. They're when you have them.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you tell her that.
Mm-hmm. I might be a little late that next week. Maybe. We'll see.
Well, that gentleman will keep us entertained.
We'll see.
I think so.
Yeah.
So our final show live from the Kansas Bass Nation Facebook page and our final show for 2025. Guest next week, Jason Christie. So that's going to be a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah. Oklahoma boy. I'm efforting 2 others that hopefully will get on right after the first of the year. We'll see. Jason answered right away today, so that was nice.
Cool.
That was nice. I think that'll be a fun one, I think.
Absolutely.
Yep. So, yeah.
He's got all kinds of cool stuff going on in the wintertime, and he's putting up some pretty decent material in the off season, and he'll have all kinds of cool stuff to talk about.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Good show.
Yes, I think so. I like having local guys on like that from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
I got friends in low places.
Wow. How'd the sangria go?
It got halfway goed.
Wow. When everything's still on the table 5 days later, maybe
Everything?
or most things. I don't know.
You weren't here.
I was not here.
It's an eighth of
Or
it.
there. I was here, not there.
That's an eighth of it. Everybody's still alive.
Oh, you kids and your shenanigans.
Sangria went good.
Good.
Appreciate that recipe.
It was pretty difficult. Guys, thanks for watching. We're always appreciative of the guys that watch and comment. I wish everybody would comment so we'd know who's all watching.
Mm-hmm.
I wish there was a way to it gives us a number. It doesn't give us names, you know.
Unless you comment.
If you comment, yes, and the reactions. If you give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down or a bite me or whatever, you know, then we know who you are. But we appreciate you watching. Check out the YouTube channel. That one right there, I've got it on the screen. And of course, Jess's YouTube channel, Eat 'em Up Fishing. Have a great week. We'll see you next time. What am I doing? I want to add Kiki back. It's catching. Now mine's fouling up.
And we're still on.
How?
Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Uh,
Show.
uh,
Fun.
we might have to just say goodbye.
We'll just keep talking while Dan fixes this. I
I
can't
don't know.
get my laptop to restart so I can end the show. Now we just got to talk forever.
Sweet. See, I posted hello, just testing it, and it posted.
Weirdness.
And then I tried to post stupid tube jig head, and it won't. Back to back. It's very strange. And we're still live.
And we're still alive.
And Kiki's gone.
Well, and I can't get back there to bring
Kiki,
him in.
if you're still there, keep watching.
Keep watching. We're coming to get you. We're crawling down the cave, buddy. We're coming to get you. Maybe. Allegedly. Oh, fun stuff. It's funny how, when we started doing this 2.5 years ago, I would be totally spun out of my skin right now.
Yeah.
And now it's just like,
Eh,
no big
eh,
deal.
eh.
We'll make a funny short out of it. Oh, that would explain that. My laptop is offline.
Oh,
Hey, I need a new laptop, by the way.
yeah.
Did I mention that? If anybody wants to buy one for Dano, that'd be great. While that reboots. Anything going on with Christmas lights in the neighborhood? Any big scenes to go look at?
There's some pretty good Christmas lights around Grove. Friday night or Saturday night is the big Christmas parade. We have a Christmas parade, and then at the same exact time as the Christmas parade is a boat light parade.
Oh, that's cool.
It's cool, but it's dumb at the same time. It's the sailing club or whatever.
Oh, well, that's different.
And they're like posting all over Facebook saying, "Hey, come watch the boat lights." And everybody's like, we're all going to be at the parade. The majority of the community is going to be at the parade.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that's organizing this, you would think after the first few days of comments, they would maybe reschedule. But no, they're going to have it at the same time.
And we're back.
We're going to start the next week's show now.
No, Jess, you're good. Thank you. Thanks for coming on tonight. Kiki, thanks for waiting for us. You knew we'd come for you.
I was backstage the whole time.
Right. And I couldn't access you. My laptop was offline. So here we are. We ended the show.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, we're
It's-
live. We're still
Yeah,
live.
It's still live.
I see the clock still ticking. So how you
Yeah.
going to end the
Live.
show, boss?
Well, we ended it once. I don't know. I don't know why it didn't end.
Can I answer a viewer comment real quick?
Please do. Yes. Why
I
not?
saw Brandon asked where I got the sign made. Somewhere it says, Kyle, who made that sign behind you? It's not behind me anymore. I will. I'll get a little bit closer for Brandon, but if he can see that. That sign, my brother-in-law actually made that for me for Christmas a few years back. So it was a completely custom-made CNC machine, whatever they call that, at a place in Parsons, Kansas. And I don't know who did it, but they did a spectacular job. And that's actually black powder coat, so it won't rust. It was made to go on the front of my shop, but it was too damn nice to put outside, so I put it inside. And that's where it will always stay.
Nice.
There you go.
And it's probably about, I'd say 36 inches around. It's pretty decent size. I had a map of Big Hill and a picture frame next to it. And I don't know if I've got some sort of a vacuum or something going on in my shop, but I think it fell off the wall the other day when I shut the shop door. So I've yet to get a new frame for it and get it back on the wall.
I'm just trying to fix things. Talk
You're
amongst
doing,
ourselves.
you're doing a great job.
Oh my God. Weirdness.
Yeah.
No, you don't know. I
doing?
mean, you guys don't see the same screen that I do. It's doing some really bizarre stuff. So I've refreshed it, and we're gonna see what happens.
Is there a StreamYard tech service named Kyle Crank that you can get a hold of?
Well,
He
What-
might be done 9 o'clock.
we're gonna click